Love you guys. Here begins the story about the snakes, heavy to carry and light to carry. Furthermore, it was heard that there was once two snakes, and the first snake was called heavy to carry. Their bodies were equally large, and their tails were very long. Being of one mind, they loved each other so much that one could not bear to be separated from the other. And lo, they went along a path together. After they had traversed much land, one snake glided into depression, and the other snake proceeded along the way. On one side of the path, there was a very steep mountain, and on the other side a very deep body of water. And on the path, a trapper had set up a snare and a pitfall. Inside it was full of burning coals, and all kinds of fiery apparitions rose from it into the air. The trapper was hiding nearby, and when the snake came to that place, it was pleased and amazed at the fiery apparition in the air. But it was not possible for it to avoid the pitfall, for alas, it had to go ahead along this path, and there was no way back. And lo, it paused, and then darted ahead, thinking, I want to jump over the pitfall with my whole body. But because the pitfall was very wide, and the snake's body was long and very thin in the middle, and its tail was very long, it could not cross the pitfall. Its head came across, but the tail remained behind, lying across the pit, and the snake could not pull it over its neck. So it burned there, and it died. And the trapper came quickly, stretched out his hand towards the pit, cut open the head neatly, took the stone, and went away very happy. The second snake came along and found its companion dead, its head mutilated. It cried out from the depths of its soul, Alas! You were very dear to me. And it wept and it lamented bitterly, wailed pitifully, and said, O wonderful brother, how have you died without your brother, and in shame? When it had stopped lamenting, it thought to itself, My brother died because he had not thought of a remedy for the body. If I too do not find a remedy for the body, I will also have to die. And it considered the matter carefully. The snake said, because he was a male, he could not bear the separation from his dear tail. He could not endure corruption and the suffering in his body. But there is really no other way out. If I endure separation from my dear tail, and endure a little pain in my body for the sake of the soul, then I will be able to jump over the pitfall. Then it returned to the depression and found the abandoned fire of its shepherd, and it burned off as much of its tail as could be harmful to its body. And when it had become smaller, the tailless body jumped very lightly and crossed the pitfall safely. Of these two snakes, one is the person who loves the body, for whom bearing is troublesome, but who is unconcerned about the soul. And his, text missing, is long. The second snake is the person from whom the soul is dearer than the body. The second snake is the person for whom the soul is dearer than the body. There is very little poison in him, and his attachment to the world is very weak, and the fetters binding his soul very thin. And the pitfall, the high mountain, and the deep body of water are the three trenches. The trapper is Ahriman, and the stone, the soul. Ultimately, the old man without good works is the one who cannot jump over these 3 ditches with the tail of the body. But the chosen new man has purged the 3 poisons from the body and has borne in his body the agony caused by observing the law. And he can endure separation from his dear wife and children and from riches, and on the final day, his soul will arise from the body and will attain the peace of paradise. The end. You guys, fight back. Fight back. You can do it. It's worth it. I love you.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the... Hey, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, you burn me down, you burn me up, believer, believer. Let them rain. My life, my love, my time, it came from. Hey, you burn me up, believer, believer. Third things third, send a prayer to the ones up above. All the hate that you've heard has turned your spirit to a dove. Oh, ooh, your spirit up above. Oh, I was choking in the crowd, building my rain up in the cloud, falling like ashes to the ground, hoping my feelings, they would drown, but they never did, ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up and it rained down like... Hey, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, you burn me down, you burn me up, believer, believer. Let them rain. My life, my love, my time, it came from. Hey, you burn me up, believer, believer. Last things last, by the grace of the fire and the flames. You're the face of the future, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh. They never did, ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down